Hello, my name is Professor Miruji Hernandez, and I would like to show you, give you a quick walk through Canvas. This is an LMS, a learning management system that will be very good to enhance your products because you are able to use it. You could use a free account or you could choose to pay. If you request a quote, they will write to you. Now, you also want to test the product first. It's very easy to work. This is what you do. In here, of course, you have your profile, then you have a dashboard. Now your dashboard will help you to show your clients the different courses. Normally it comes with a shell. It comes with a course shell, I shall say. This course shell has all the information that you need basically to duplicate the course and then create your own. Now, because what I was doing for the purpose of sharing with you was something that actually happens in school, I made some changes to it. So you have your announcement, your welcome course and all of that. Let me show you, let's show a course that is already taking place that we created just so that you understand how you can enhance your product. So you already saw the dashboard and then you have your courses. Let's say this one is religion, hopefully everybody listening or watching believes in some sort of higher being. And then what this course allowed me to do is I created some outcomes. The outcome came from a syllabus. This syllabus, which is, as you can see, for a national program, right? It was completely outlined and detailed. So I didn't have to create one. Of course, you can see about the course summary. You can see that we have already been able to meet online because this LMS has a built-in virtual classroom where you can take your courses or teach your courses rather, and you can also record. You can record it to the platform or choose to record it to save it in your computer to share your lesson in your channel, YouTube channel that is, or whatever other platform. So let's see. For example, let's focus on background of the Gospels, the coming of the promised one, ministry of death and John the Baptist and Jesus ministry. Now let's take a look at the outcomes. Let's take a look at some outcomes. And you can see the outcomes are here. And to your right over here, you can actually see how you can set it up. And it has a complete list of links that you can access to understand how to do it. In case you need help when you want outside of your session, of course, your instructor will be the best person to explain how this works. Now, if you recall, we had some information in the syllabus and each topic became an outcome. Now, what we did in order to show you how this works is like we went further and we created a rubric. Now, this rubric allows you to do automatic grading basically where you just click, 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 and grade the student based on the parameters on the rubric. So we have different outcomes and the different outcomes will have an activity. So you may decide to have an assignment. And for example, this assignment was in a form of a discussion. And the beauty of this, you could insert your own media, especially for your mentor who is so excellent in branding. So that person should be able to help you to create your own media where you could brand yourself and you insert those images in here, and then you enter your information. And of course, you have to be subscribed. Now, I have persons who responded because, of course, this is a test, and I was able to comment. Anything in red is a comment, and it tells the participant where they need to improve. Okay. Now, let's take a look at another activity. We have another assignment which you will love. For those persons who don't like to read a lot and they're more interactive, we have an assignment where the person had to read, right? But they had to submit the homework by way of a video. And as you can see right here to the bottom, the submission was to be done by way of a media recording. And they had 2 attempts. So if they didn't like the first recording, they could have gone back and switch it. And they had a due date and who all should do this assignment. And that's basically how it works. Now, I'm going further. You will be able to see that this is already pre-graded. So there was a rubric created called presentation. For the purpose of this experiment, we did 5 points because we allocated 30 points per presentation. And these are the different parameters that the students had to fulfill to be able to obtain 30 points. Now, another excellent feature that you will be able to see is the calendar. The calendar allows you to, of course, plan ahead. And this is where your students know their due date. Of course, we do not have anything planned for December. But if you look at November, there were activities. As soon as you plan an activity and you establish a deadline and you also tell the LMS, Learning Management System again, don't forget those words, and the acronym also. As soon as you tell them that you wanna tell it that you want to include your information in the calendar, it appears, so you don't have to come to the calendar. And as soon as your activity is due, that's it, it's crossed out. You don't have to touch it. The system will do it itself. That's why it's called management system, because it manages a lot of the information for yourself. It's basically like having an assistant. I don't have any conversations here. Now, another feature that I think you will love is the Commons. The Commons, because you have a free account, that means your information may be yours or may be shared or so forth. You have to have that conversation directly with them so they can tell you how it works. We can tell you what to do and how to do, but we also want to encourage you to conduct your own investigation. We don't want you to just depend because we want you to grow, of course. While we're here to assist you, we are also here to help you or teach you how to grow as well. So as you can see, there are other courses that are commons that you can use to your benefit. Let's see, for example, digital photography beginning class assessment. If you decide that you like this course, you might add it to your favorite. You might copy the link. You may use some of the information, right? So you have access to that content. You may download information from the course, all right? Now, if it's an open, then you might even clone the course in some cases, but of course, everybody locks it down for obvious reasons. and that is the Commons. Don't forget that. The Commons will give you access to a lot of content. All right. In many cases, if you want to look for information from other institutions, you should be able to look for the institution to have access to that institution's info. You could choose how you want to see the content, okay, etc. So this is basically Instructure Canva. Very easy to use. You set it up. Then also you give your students the opportunity to, for example, to use their results in their personal portfolio and all of that. But you could explore more. I will leave you to explore. Or you feel free to send your questions to your instructor, whoever is assigned to your training or whoever is guiding you through your course management process. Another interesting feature that I did not share with you is the gradebook. You have a gradebook where you can actually follow up the student development. So as you can see here, we had the student do an activity. We have another student who submitted the activity, but it has not been graded. And then the grade is just entered there. And that's basically where you can see the activity for the student. Now, normally when the student submits a homework, based on your notification status, you should be able to receive a notification telling you that a student submitted a homework, okay? This is another homework, and then as soon as a homework is assigned, the student receives a notification saying that they have received a new assignment was posted. Of course, in order to do that, the first thing you have to do is you have to train your students to set up their notification board to on. Okay. Now the feature called conference. This is where you want to meet with them online. This is your virtual classroom. You start the conference and you tell them, of course, this is sponsored by Big Blue Button, and then it goes to 60 minutes. You can choose to enable recording, or you could choose to have no time limit. You give them a description. For example, this could be assessment discussion, and you invite all members. You could have persons as observers. I do have observers in this course. For the purpose of this experiment, I have 2 students and 1 observer and 1 teacher per course. That is your conference feature. So that is basically like a built-in Zoom, but it's not called Zoom. Then you also have another feature called collaborations. And in here is when you are able to see other, it's called, the acronym in technology is LTI, Learning Tool Interoperability. So the learning tools interoperabilities consist of integrating other tools to the platform that you're using. For the purpose of Instructure Canvas, rather, Google Docs is the platform or the software or the program chosen to integrate documents to the platform. You also have the features of chats. Normally chats will forward a copy of whatever is being written to your email once you have to, you set it properly.